So hi, Luna's podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Charlie.
And Ethan. We're from Benches.
And some questions today about the new EP, Kill the Lights. Congrats on that, by the way. How do you guys feel about the response to it so far?
Really good.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. It was, I think, really good to play a bunch of shows right after it came out. We did like a West Coast sort of run and up to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people were giving it a lot of good feedback, and that was really affirming for us because we put a lot of time into it, and we're so thankful that everyone that we talked to liked it.
That's
Yeah, hell
dope.
yeah.
And you guys are now, I just saw you're coming back now towards the East Coast and playing these songs live as well, right?
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, another
Exciting.
like month of shows.
That's
Hell
dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, the EP fucking rips. It's so good.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
So, is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
It's funny because we actually had the artwork selected for the singles and the EP a while before it came out. And I think the general kind of idea was sort of because I had found those pictures by like kind of random photographers on Instagram and just loved how they looked and kind of brought it to the band. And I think that the general idea was that they felt kind of dreamlike, and just the colors and the architecture felt like it was kind of placing you somewhere that felt akin to the song in a way.
Mhm.
And yeah, the EP cover was like definitely the standout one. Um, and I think it felt good before we had any idea what the significance might be. And then Anson had written down somewhere, our singer, he had written down the phrase "kill the lights" just in kind of like a notebook of random like lyric ideas and like concepts and titles. And we all really liked it, and we weren't really sure why. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Charlie, do you remember anything that we talked about having to do with that title? I'm trying to
Um,
remember.
I mean, just along the lines of kind of the lyrics for like the single "Kill the Lights." Just I don't know, having your issues and like mental health issues and stuff like that. Like they're all there, but it's so easy to just kill the lights and just pretend that they're not in the first place. I'm forgetting exactly what we said in the first place or how Anson. I wish he were here to elaborate it because he's the one who like wrote out the whole like manifesto sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, but we're getting the general gist of what you guys are trying to say. I'm curious about just the timeline for the EP. When you guys started writing it, when you had masters in hand, rough dates, just to get like an idea of the timeline.
Ooh, man. It technically started a long time ago.
Mm.
I want to say we began writing a lot of music together I think it was February of 2023, 4? That was 3,
Yeah,
I want to say.
yeah.
And we had written a good amount of songs that were kind of like we were planning on putting them together into an EP, and then some got scrapped. Some like the second song we wrote in that sort of session was Naive, or it became Naive. And then, man, it's yeah, I feel like we're gonna be really bad with dates because it
That's
was a
fine.
really long kind of like disorganized process of like writing songs, scrapping some, going in to record the ones we liked, not really liking it, writing some more, going back into the studio. But I want to say around a year after our initial writing session that we got Naive, and I think that's it. Then eventually we got like Kill the Lights came, and Bitter Tears came, and I guess the rest of the songs, right? And
Yeah.
Orchid
Or
technically started back in 2023 too,
yeah.
actually. And then it went through like 50 different versions, and now we got the one
Mhm.
that we have now.
Damn.
Mhm.
All right, so it's been quite the labor of love to get here.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Big long
Yeah.
learning process.
Yeah.
The entire thing.
Well, can you guys tell us a little bit about the writing process for the EP?
So yeah, it started back in 2023. we had just gone off the road with a band called the Red Pears. We had done kind of like a full US run with them, and we're just really inspired to write. Um, and yeah, I think it was, I want to say the second rehearsal we had of like intentionally writing, we got the starting idea for Naive.
Mhm.
And then the next rehearsal after that, we had half the song, and then the next rehearsal we wrote the other half, and it was like the most seamless. I wish every song could
Yeah,
be
we're like,
written
if it
that
was gonna be
way.
like this, if it's gonna be like this the whole time, we're gonna have like 4 albums by the end of
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
year.
Easy
But
work. Light work.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of vividly remember that one standing out and being like really exciting because it happened so quickly. Um, yeah, all the songs kind of came about in different ways. That was like the seamless one that just happened in the room. Orchid was a song that Anson had made a demo for, and it was this very short and sweet, like really catchy song that was like basically finished when he brought it to us. And then at some point, I think after we had recorded it, we were kind of second guessing it, I guess, in a way,
Hmm.
and thought, oh, this could be more. Or I think Anson was really looking for more out of it. And then that started like a year and a half of like writing a new version and then taking the good pieces of that and then going, okay, well, what works about let's keep this and let's keep working on it. And then that process, like rinse and repeat
Hmm.
until yeah, it was the demo version, then us all working on it and picking what we liked that Anson did, and then now it's resembled what it became for like a year now. So we've been sitting on it for a while.
Mhm.
Um, and then uh what next? Go the Lights also kind of went through a strenuous process. Um, because that was a demo I had brought into the band that was kind of this like happy sounding, just kind of straightforward indie rock demo thing that I think we were all kind of excited by it and thought, oh, this could be kind of interesting. And then there was actually, I remember a day that me and Charlie were at Evan's apartment, our guitarist. And we had been working on it just like on my laptop, like trying ideas out. And it felt cool. Like we were excited by the song, but it was we had kind of been struggling to like find ideas that we really connected with at that time.
Hmm.
And I think it was just after that session of us kind of like laying down some guitars and trying out different ideas, I was driving home and I was listening to it in my car. And at that point we had been really, I guess, questioning with all these songs and rewriting and like we were kind of getting a bit more analytical about what do we want to make, how do we want it to sound,
Hmm.
like kind of what do we want these songs to represent. And I started listening to it and kind of thinking in that mindset. And I was like, oh, we're not gonna like this song in like a couple months, like, or
Wow.
we're gonna get over it, kind of was the feeling I had. And it was kind of like I got kind of sad because I was like, man, I was excited about this, and now I feel like I like reality hit me a bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I went home and was just frustrated. I was sitting at the desk that I'm sitting at right now. And I want to say it was like 1 in the morning or something, and I was like, if I don't change this idea and make it exactly what it needs to be right now, I don't know if I'll ever do it. And then picked up this bass
Mhm.
that
Hmm.
is right here, and then just like completely chopped the song up and reorganized it. And then an hour later, it sounded basically like what it does now. And I was like, okay, don't know if this is better, don't know if this is good, but it feels exciting now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then brought it in the next day to the band, and they were like, "We dig it.
It
That's
worked.
better than
hell
it was
yeah.
before."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Charlie, if you have any like memories of that, of these songs coming about too. They're like significant to you.
I don't know. I remember you coming in the day after. I just remember like not necessarily feeling demoralized at Evans, but I was like, man, we're going around in circles. And it was like after like 3 days of like just trying to find ideas, things that we came up with like a giant folder of stuff, and like nothing was really sticking. And just that feeling, whenever you get that spark, that's like one of my favorite things about being in a band. It's like when you're together and then like, I don't know, the next day that Ethan brought that idea in and we brought it and we're like, I don't know, he showed us and then we all immediately got like so excited, like, yeah, this is it. This is what we're gonna do. And then we all sat around, fleshed it out, played it, jammed it out live, and then it just became what it became. Trying to think of anything else. Recording was one thing, and then like playing them live and seeing like the real-time response that like people, I don't know, I guess you never really know. Like you can show somebody the song and they're like, oh, it's really good or whatever, but when you see people like singing it back to you or moving, you're seeing like, I don't know, like Reach, for example. Like I love that song so much, and I didn't know how it was gonna like land live.
Mhm.
And I feel like every night there's people like singing that song back to us, and that like felt, I don't know.
Yeah, watching people actively like resonate with your music in front of you is like, it weighs more than someone just being like, dude, like that shit rocks.
Fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was I think we learned that definitely on we did a tour with a band called I Don't Know How But They Found Me.
I was there.
And oh hell yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it was on that tour with them that we started playing Kill the Lights, and it's kind of like early version, and we all felt it once we started playing it. We were like, oh, this feels like something really special, and we would see like a really earnest reaction to it because it hadn't come out yet, and people were just kind of experiencing it for the first time live, and they might not even know who we are, but we saw a lot of like heads bobbing and people looking kind of excited when we played it. We're like, okay, this is a good sign. This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
hell
like
yeah.
where I was going. Noted. So, what song off the EP took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
The longest to write.
Hmm.
That's funny because there's going to be a couple songs that kind of battle for that top position.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of picking up. That's why I was like, so which one's like the top one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I longest, I think it is the longest, but if not, it's definitely the most difficult was Orchid.
Mhm.
Which I think maybe a listener of the band might understand because that song's a bit more like syncopated and rhythmic and kind of a like deceptively intricate song than like other songs we've written in the past. And it was just kind of us searching for what that song should feel like, and then it kind of ending up in this cool 8-bit kind of weird video gamey rhythmic song that's really like repetitive. And I don't know, I think it was that one for sure.
Mhm.
And personal favorites?
Maybe Orchid, just to see, because I had so many ups and downs with that song. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Orchid because I'm really happy with where it landed. I remember being like, I don't know, after like version 37, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna make it on. And then like when we finally like figured it out and it kind of landed on its feet, I was like, I don't know, better than I like could have imagined it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's fun. to play.
Yeah, that's
That
very
helps, yeah.
true. Yeah, if for a personal favorite, that one's tough because it's like picking your favorite kid.
Yeah.
It's like we spent so much time with them. But I feel like overall, there's something about maybe it's how we perform it, but Kill the Lights, I think, kind of rises to the top for me typically. And I
Mhm.
think it does have to do with like the live energy and like how fast it is. It's like a dance song that's too fast to dance to. And it's like, really a physical exertion for all of us when we play it, especially Charlie. I feel bad for him and Evan because it's just relentless downstrokes the whole time. But I think that one's still my favorite probably.
All right. Well, for this question, I want each of you to pick your favorite lyric or instrumental moment off of the track off the EP and tell us the meaning behind it.
For me, I'm gonna go with the Jesus was a family friend, but he never sent me cards one off
Oh,
of Kill the Lights.
That's up there.
That's one that like I mean, I'm sure it has a meaning to whoever the listener is, but that's something you're gonna have to ask Anson, or I'll ask.
Damn, that's a really good one. Yeah. That, oh man, that it's funny because I've heard a lot of people say that same one, and that really stuck out to me when I first heard that song. I was like, damn, that's a banger line.
That
Mhm.
And
is.
like really unique. But man, that's tough for favorite lyric. I want to say it, I feel like maybe just the chorus of Reach. Although that could kind of mean it's kind of like a similar thing. It could mean a lot of different things to different people, like what Exodus is referring to, whether that's like something deeply personal or something more of an abstract kind of idea. But I think a lot of that has to do with Anson's vocal performance on that song too. It's like it's not just the lyric, it's the way he sings it is like it hits really hard. And yeah, that sticks out to me a lot.
Hell yeah. All right. And would you guys be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating the EP?
It was kind of I mean, like we said, it was a long process. So it had its like ebbs and flows and kind of shifted. And like I feel like we kind of grew up throughout it and like
Oh.
experienced a lot as a band.
Mhm.
Um, so it's I don't know, I feel like you can hear those shifts in the songs
Mhm.
and why, at least to us, the songs are very different from one another. And I think that's kind of why it was like when things were kind of tense or felt kind of uncertain, we got songs that kind of, represented that very, very literally in the way that the music felt, and then translated into lyrics that Anson wrote, or moments that were just a bit more lighthearted and fun, kind of made their way in there too. But yeah, I don't know, it's tough to pin down because I feel like the EP has its shades. Um, but there's definitely some sort of contrast between like tension and sort of an existential kind of state of uncertainty, and then the juxtaposition with an optimism and more of a light-hearted feel that's, yeah, optimistic, I guess is the only way to say it. But yeah.
Okay. Charlie, do you feel similarly with that headspace, or were you feeling
Yeah.
different?
Yeah, honestly I couldn't have worded better myself.
Fair enough.
There you
go. So, how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should you do in the car with friends, in dark with headphones on? Is workout EP, party EP? What do you guys personally recommend?
It's funny, as a band, we reference listening to songs at night alone in a car a lot because it's like, when's a better time to listen to any song, really?
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there's definitely alone in a car or on a train.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the way to do
Hell yeah. Shout out trains.
Shout out Train.
Yep.
Big shouts out to Train.
Yeah, damn straight, damn straight. And this one should be super, super quick off top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 6 total, no more, no less.
Damn, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna start looking around my room for words.
All of a sudden, he's
They're
gonna
in
go
the air somewhere.
he's gonna go boogie nights. That's gonna be the words.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Rick Diggler. That's 2. No,
Existential,
Oh, good start.
cinematic,
cinematic. Yeah.
hopeful? Question mark.
Okay. It's 2
Yeah.
for Ethan.
Dare I say boogie at times.
Okay.
Okay, 2 and 2.
Good one, actually.
That's just amongst ourselves. Just it represents so much growth, I would say.
Yeah, growth. There's your third word.
Yeah. True. Maybe more in a musical kind of like production sense, but digital.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
There you go. That wraps it up. And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the EP?
At the very least, obviously the music connecting in any which way that relates to the listener on the deepest level, And that's what's great about music is it's so subjective and it can really be I just want every listener to get their own interpretation of what any of it could mean, and like the more that pertains to them, the better. And as different as it can be from our perspective on it, the more exciting it is to us too. So yeah, I know it's kind of a non-answer,
No,
but
that's a
Yeah.
perfectly valid answer. We asked the question, but we get that answer so often of just like it's up to the listener. I don't, as an artist, they don't want to tell the listener what to feel. Pigeonhole them into feeling a certain emotion. That's a perfectly fine answer.
Exactly. Yeah. Damn straight. And are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of the EP, positive or negative?
oh yeah, we touched on the kill the
the
lights sort of moment.
Mhm.
Naive was the easy one. Thank God. We love that song.
Shout out.
Shout out to that. Yeah, we kind of touched on Orchid and that sort of process. Man, and I feel like the other two, like Reach and Bitter Tears, are kind of interesting too. Bitter Tears kind of went through its same kind of like versions and changes um throughout its, progression as a song. Um yeah, I'm trying to think of standout moments for those two. Um because yeah, every song kind of had its own little like its difficulties sort of.
Mhm.
And I think there was kind of a moment when we were in the studio with Bitter Tears listening back to it, because that was another song that Anson had brought in and really had developed basically like basically the whole song. And we just kind of had a moment of stripping things back from where they were in terms of like how much was happening.
Mhm.
And I think that kind of not exaggerated, but it brought out a bit more of like maybe how sort of lonely that song sounds, and it kind of dug a bit more to the core of what the feeling of that song has. Um, and that's more so what it sounds like now. It's kind of less is more. There's not a whole lot happening in the song
Mhm.
necessarily musically, but it's just enough, basically. And yeah, that was kind of like a moment where I was like, oh, that's what the song is, sort of.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So for this question, I want you guys to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Lately,
Yeah,
it's just been the like the cranberry almond kind bars. I just stock
Oh
up
hell
like
yeah.
4 or 5 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong.
Cracked
Uh,
one yesterday. Shit fucked. Chill. Chill.
Damn right.
Chill.
Yeah, I feel like we're trying to snack less on
Yeah.
tour now because yeah, we got a habit. Oh yeah, actually a bad habit that I'm not the one to buy them, but I will snack on them if someone else gets them is the Nerds gummy clusters.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're those are evil. They
yeah.
will
Shit's
like trap your
dangerous.
soul. It's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Mhm.
They're perhaps too good.
Yeah.
Some might say.
If you're driving and it's like super late at night or really early in the morning, that's when people tend to buy them because they just like you'll eat one. It's like crack, dude. You're just like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
You're hooked. It's
Yeah.
over. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
definitely.
And on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
My mind immediately goes to like local places that we eat and then like what dish would we be there?
the
Like
one burrito from Lolita.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, we eat at there's a Mexican food place called Lolita's that's down the street from where we practice, and it means everything to us, basically. It's so damn good.
That's beautiful.
Um, and yeah, I feel like if we want to be from any specific establishment, it would be there.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were a meal, I feel like we would be like a California burrito, and we'd have like a glass bottle of Coke that's representing Anson.
Yeah.
And maybe but screw it, an horchata too.
Oh,
Two bevs, why not?
fuck it.
Um and then what else? Would there be anything else, Charlie? A churro perhaps?
Perhaps.
Oh,
I don't know.
Maybe.
If you're
I
feeling
like
crazy.
I like the all-in-one burrito because it's 4 tacos, all like it's like rolled tacos that are wrapped in like a burrito like tortilla.
That's
Un-
insane.
Like,
it's
So
unreal.
fucking
in my head, I
crazy.
just have like I don't know. Each taco represents a
That's kind of beautiful.
member of the bench's burrito. The bench burrito. Maybe
Oh,
someday we'll have a Lolita's collab, and that'll be the bench burrito.
that would be beautiful. Yeah.
That'd be
We
dope.
gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
Just
Make it happen.
we'll
Um,
make it happen.
And for the last couple of questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
My answer for the longest time is the Starbucks bacon, egg, and Gouda sandwich. That's my go-to when we're like, oh, there's a Starbucks, and it's like we have nothing else to eat for 300 miles.
Yeah.
On tour.
Okay.
Yeah, Starbucks kind of heals us on the road.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah, man, final meal. I feel like it's gotta be, you know what? Just for the wholesome sake, because I go there with friends all the time, I'll kill away a burger from Islands.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Mm.
Oh, and a root beer float.
Solid. Yeah.
Hell
Why
yeah.
not?
Why the hell not? Exactly. And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
I can speak for Evan and myself. We both grew up on Star Wars, and we're both very much Star Wars nerds.
Mhm.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm gonna say Star Wars.
All right.
Yeah. I'm straight.
Ooh, I'll go with kind of a funny pick because it's not necessarily going to be crazy enjoyable, but Red Dead Redemption would be hilarious.
That's crazy. Yeah. All right.
That'd be
Yeah,
dope as hell,
alright.
though.
Would be pretty cool.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I've done. I've asked the last question. Every single person I've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Like a
Ooh,
dark forest green.
Solid.
I'm gonna go hot pink.
Ooh.
Those are
Love
both
it.
solid.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Check out the EP if you haven't.
Mhm.
Let's see. Should we give some homie shout outs?
I'm down. Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Ultra Q as always. Love them.
Ultra Q,
out.
our buddies, best band ever. I mean, they're killing it right now, but if you haven't heard Geese or Ben Stellar, go do it.
Go check them out. We can leave it there. Doesn't have
Yeah,
to be crazy.
that's good.
We're going on
There you
tour
go.
on the East Coast. If you're out there, would love to see you. Come celebrate the EP with us.
Mhm.
I want to see you boogie down.
Hell
Boogie
yeah.
down. Hell yeah.
Touch down.
Yeah, we're going to Texas. We're doing East Coast. We're doing. I wish I had the flyer in front of me to look at all the dates.
You're doing
We're
a lot of
going to
markets.
a lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of
a lot
markets.
of markets. So
Yeah.
yeah, go to our Instagram, check it out, see if your city's on there.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you. So now it's been Charlie and Ethan from Benches, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.